y'all doing? Yeah. Oh,
Huh?
Been through a few of these?
a couple of them.
Seem pretty comfortable. Are you supposed to be nervous for these things?
I don't think so. I'm comfortable, so I'm used to it, and it's more to come. So you might as well get comfortable with it now.
What do you feel like you showed today? How did it go for you?
I just came out here and competed. Everybody knew what kind of competitor I was, but for those in this coaching staff that probably didn't really know for a fact or for sure, I just came out and proved that even more, and just proved that I can play at the next level.
How much have you had to explain and get put teams' mind at ease with the whole shoving incident this year?
I spent, surprisingly, not many teams that asked me about it. They kind of just, we understand, it's the competitive thing, and just talking with me and talking with them, they understand that I know that, I learned my lesson from it. So, they kind of put it out there. They want to know who I really am, because everybody just say, oh, he's this and that just off there, but they want to really know who I am, getting a little bit deep in my background.
Coach Stevens talked a little bit about how you kind of have a presence about you, people gravitate towards you. Has that been something that you've had on the court your entire life?
Definitely. These guys, I was here with 5 other guys in the mixed house, Jordan Clarkson, Alfred Payton, Zach Levine, all those guys, and Gary Harris, we're all out here competing. We're competing, but we're also getting along. It's not out here, I hate you. We're out here competing and just trying to do it. Everybody's out here trying to do one thing, and that's one goal, to show teams that, hey, we coming in here, we ready to play, we're young, but we're ready to learn, and that's kind of what's out here, And I do have that presence, I don't know, I was born with it. A lot of people say so, and it just translates in the court.
Does that help you give kind of more confidence in your game? That kind of
definitely, I guess that's too.
Do you go into games with one of the objectives being to get under the skin of your opponent? Because watching you play, you do that a lot.
I wouldn't say that. I guess you can say it, but I don't think that's my objective. If it happens, it happens. They say, the game of basketball is 20% everything, something like that. So, if I can get into my opponent's game before the game starts or before a play starts, then I already won the match.
A lot of guys expect to go in the top 10, duck guys that are a little below them. You're out here with some of the top guards. Is that a strategy that you've done? Is that something you just want to show teams that you'll play against anybody? Why are you doing that?
I don't think it's a strategy. It just kind of happened. I told my agent, you see all these guys dodging, they just know we're not going to work out. If he's there, we're not going to work out. We want to work on. My biggest attribute to me, I'm a competitor. I show my best skills when it's game on line and somebody's guarding me and there's competition. So whoever you put in front of me, I'm not going to back down. I've never backed down from a challenge, and that's not me. That's not what my makeup is. So in a sense, it's kind of showing the team that don't matter. I'm not backing down. I'm supposed to be ranked one of the top guards here. But yet I'm still playing against guys that's probably lower than me that might have a chance, if they do this, they do that, can move up in the rankings. But that doesn't scare me, because of who I am. I'm a competitor, and I'm going to come out here and compete.
How many teams have you worked out for so far?
This was my 5th.
And how many do you have left?
2 more. Back to LA and
Have you gotten much of a chance to speak with Rondo while you've been here?
Actually, no. He was in here watching. He's actually in the training room right now. So I haven't been able to talk to him. We just got done with a 3-minute run. Everybody's a little bit tired and just trying to catch our breath right now.
Is he a guy whose game you kind of notice and see a little bit of yourself in?
Oh, definitely. He has one of the biggest hands in the NBA. His wingspan at his height is ridiculous. And the guy just makes winning plays on both ends. He's not one of the best shooters, but he can still affect the game in many ways. I'm not one of the better shooters. Everybody knows that. That's what I'm working on. I can still affect the game in many ways.
How are you working on your shot?
I just trying to be getting used to the 3-point line, the NBA 3-point line, just getting up shots and repetition.
Marcus, guys generally kind of go to places where they have an opportunity, where there's an opening. As you mentioned about Rondo, there's a guy here. Does that bother you at all, or does that make you want to,
Not at all. Rondo's one of the greatest point guards, to ever play this game. And if I'm fortunate enough and Boston picks me, and that means you don't have to sit on the bench and take out Rondo. You know, that's an honor, you know, to learn from one of the greatest players, point guards in that position, especially when me playing the point guard position. You know, he's been playing it for a while. He's a veteran. He knows what he's doing. And like I said, he's one of the best to play this game, so it'd be an honor to play Rondo.
Do you see that competitive streak that you say is one of your strengths? Do you see similar traits when you've seen Rondo out there? That you two share that in common?
Oh, definitely. Everybody knows Rondo. You know, he's a fighter. You know, he's on defense. He's a guy you do not want to play with if you're an offensive player. You know, he harasses the ball. He's a pest. You know, as people like to say. You know, it's kind of what I am. You know, especially at my size. You know, 6'4", and I can move very well from my size and my length. You know, it causes problems.
When you were a young kid, who was your favorite team, your favorite player growing up?
To be honest, I didn't have a favorite team or a favorite player. You know, I just like watching good basketball. So, you know, if two teams are going out there and they're playing, they're both great. The best man wins. That's just kind of how I am.
Does it weigh on you at all coming out doing this a year later and just maybe missing out on maybe a higher draft pick a year earlier?
I mean, it doesn't bother me. I'm going to get drafted, even if sooner or later, if it was then or if it's now, I'm still going to get drafted. Everybody thinks it's about their first country. It's not about their first country. You know, it's about your second and third. Not only that, I love playing basketball, so it really doesn't matter about the money. And I think I showed that by coming back. You know, I'm not really worried about the money. The money's going to be there. You know, I love playing basketball, and that's what I plan on doing.
You are kind of, these workouts have really